What's going on, everybody? Andrew coming at you. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Anyways, I thought I would explain the question I got asked a lot, and that is why do Americans wear shoes inside? Now, this is one of those interesting ones where you're just not going to understand it unless you live in a foreign country for many, many years, or at least 1 year, such as Sweden, that has snow that doesn't use salt. So basically, if you grow up in the States, it's very, very normal to just wear your shoes indoors all the time. But yeah, honestly, if you're going to stay at someone's house, like if you're visiting someone's house, you keep your shoes on. Even with family, it's normal to keep your shoes on at times. But obviously, if you're going to stay at home, then taking your shoes off is more than okay. Usually, if it's a guest house. And in Sweden, it was the exact opposite. I heard about this before I even came here, that you had to take your shoes off, but I didn't really understand the practical of it, of why you take your shoes off, because I feel that I know the reason, and I'm going to share it with everybody here. I don't think anyone in Sweden is going to be maybe surprised by this, but it definitely comes down to grus, or like these little stones that are in your shoe. See, salt isn't something they like to use a lot of the times for the snow here in Sweden. They prefer to use like sand and then this gravel stuff. And what they typically have is like a bike lane and pedestrian walking, and they kind of just sprinkle this like grus or these little pebbles in the ground. The pebbles, I'm guessing the main goal of those is it helps your shoe like grip, and it also helps the bicycle's grip as well. But newsflash, it gets on your shoes, and because of that, I mean, Sweden really has, like, let's put it this way: the weather is worse in Sweden more than it's good. Like, it's 70% of the time cold and maybe like 30% of the time good, or 40% of the time good, or whatever. So you have these kind of issues, and so if you try to get in your house in the wintertime, or especially springtime now as it's getting a little nicer, if you don't take your shoes off as soon as you get inside, you're going to get the grus in everything. And I'm the culprit of this. If sometimes I don't clean off really good, and I can get grus on things if I don't clean off my feet good enough. So it's something I had to work on. I would say that when I first came to Sweden, I didn't mind if people had their shoes on inside, but now that has totally changed to the point where I always take my shoes off, that it doesn't feel normal. And after 5 years of living in Sweden, even when I visit my family, I just take my shoes off. But the reason we never did it in the States, as I was saying, is just simply because our feet didn't really get that dirty. I mean, okay, in the snow in the wintertime possibly, but you figure in the States we're driving everywhere, number one. Number two, we use salt to clear off the road. So we don't have these pebbles, and there's not as much. People are driving so much that they're really not walking into the bad weather as much. So, I mean, in Sweden, you don't typically take off your shoes in workplaces unless it's a certain workplace, or maybe, for example, you have like indoor shoes that you would put on. So let's say you have boots for the weather outside, then possibly indoor shoes. So this is the reason why. And so it's just totally a cultural reason. It's not that Americans are like dirty and just wearing their shoes inside. It's that our shoes don't get dirty to the same degree. Although, yeah, there's always going to be a minimal amount of dirt on that. You're not going to have these little stones that get all into the floor. But yes, I don't feel normal if I keep my shoes on anymore. So I just don't do it. So, by the way, guys, we're doing the monthly giveaway for Pausebox this month. We only have like 5 more days left. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, you got to be from Sweden. You got to hit that like button there, hit that subscribe button. You got to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, one or the other, and I'll talk about the Pausebox giveaway there. And if you just want to go ahead and just say, I want to try out this monthly snack service, which is Pausebox, the monthly snack service, all you got to do is look at the description below. It's like that first link there, and you got 2 options. You got the snack, the pause box, which you get healthy snacks with, or you can go with the licorice one, which is like my personal favorite, actually. I like the licorice stuff. That was a lot of fun to get that. But you hit the link below and you'll get 50 crowns off your next order. I think that's got everything. If you want to check out my music, you can go ahead and check those out in the links. And as always, feel free to write me some comments below so we can have a conversation. Why do you think about this whole thing with the shoes and whatnot? All right, guys. Thanks. Take care.